Nicole, we're set to see who takes on what role in Cabinet today. Should we expect any more surprises?
Good morning, James. Well, perhaps, particularly in terms of who will fill Mark Dreyfus's shoes as the Attorney-General. Mark Dreyfus and Ed Husic, notable absences from the list of 30 that will make up the front bench. That news coming late last week. And yesterday we actually saw quite a stunning criticism of the way that came to be from Ed Husic speaking on the Insiders program. As for the entire makeup of the Cabinet, we are likely to see that later today, we're expecting, but it could in fact not be till tomorrow because the swearing in is tomorrow. The list will include Sam Ray as well as Daniel Molino, Jess Walsh and Tim Ayres, who have been promoted. But yes, much speculation about who will be the Attorney-General. Some names put forward as potential people to fill that role being Murray Watt and also Michelle Rowland. There's also speculation about who will be the Environment Minister, with some quite strong belief that Tanya Plibersek won't continue in that role, that she'll take on another cabinet role instead.
And on the other side of politics, the Nationals leader David Littleproud is expected to remain as leader, but he's facing a challenge from Matt Canavan today. Both the coalition partners are trying to resolve their leadership. What should we expect?
That's right. The Nationals' leadership will be resolved today in this competition between David Littleproud holding on to the leadership, which is expected to be the outcome, and Queensland Senator, fellow Queenslander in Matt Canavan, taking on a challenge, seeking to air some of the and resolve some of the grievances within that minor partner of the coalition over the direction in terms of signing up to the net zero by 2050 target. He and many other Queensland Nationals are quite irritated by the party backing that in. They say that the focus should instead be not on reducing emissions but reducing power prices. So we will see how that plays out today, but it is widely expected that David Littleproud will hold on to that position of Nationals leader. Then tomorrow the focus will turn to the Liberal leadership, with Susan Lee and Angus Taylor vying for that position. This morning we have also heard Tim Wilson saying he's considering putting his hand up as well for that, but that's seen as more of a hinting at a potential and seeing what the response is from his colleagues rather than a firm contender, with Susan Lee and Angus Taylor being the focus.
There you go. Nicole Hegarty in Canberra, thank you.
Well, a Mother's Day road tragedy has claimed the life of a mum and left her 2 children and husband seriously hurt in hospital. Stephanie Ferrier joins us now live from police headquarters in Melbourne. Good morning, Steph. An awful story. What are police saying about how it all unfolded?
Good morning, Bridget. Yes, police are saying that the 52-year-old driver failed to stop at a stop sign around 6 o'clock on the evening of Mother's Day. Now, this happened out in Trafalgar, which is about 125 kilometres east of Melbourne CBD, near Moe in the Gippsland region. And the car ended up crashing into another vehicle before finally coming to rest down a ditch in an embankment. Sadly, the 48-year-old Dandenong North woman who was sitting in the front passenger seat died at the scene. Her 19-year-old daughter and 15-year-old son, as well as her 52-year-old husband who was driving the car, they've all been seriously hurt. We understand that they were flown to Melbourne hospitals. And Detective Sergeant Mark Amos from Major Collision Investigation Unit says they're still trying to work out exactly what caused this driver to fail to stop.
It's just an absolute tragedy that we've got the loss of a life, a wife, a mother, on Mother's Day, is killed in a crash that just should never, ever have occurred. Just a moment of inattention, a moment's distraction. You go through a stop sign and you ruin your life and the lives of your family in one single blow.
In breaking news, sadly, there's been a double fatality, this time in Melbourne's southeastern suburbs in Clayton South. Now, this happened at the intersection of Westall and Rosebank Streets. Now, we have been told by police that the man and woman, the drivers, they were sole occupants and they were declared deceased at the scene, and they're going to continue to keep that intersection closed for some time while investigations continue.
India has claimed its strikes into Pakistan and the disputed Kashmir region last week killed more than 100 militants. It comes as a ceasefire between the two nuclear-armed neighbours appears to be holding after earlier claims from both sides that the other had violated the truce. Pope Leo XIV has called for an end to the war during his first Sunday address at the Vatican. Tens of thousands of people gathered in St Peter's Square to watch as the new Pope called for lasting peace in Ukraine and a ceasefire in Gaza. He also welcomed the recent ceasefire between India and Pakistan. The New South Wales Industrial Relations Commission will today attempt to resolve a dispute with the state's paramedics over a new mental health program. The 12-week trial would send specialist paramedics with nurses on mental health call-outs, which the unions say will tie up resources and risk staff and patient safety. Australian Fashion Week kicks off in Sydney today, showcasing the latest collections of designers from right across the country. The 2025 event will open with a celebration of the work of late Australian fashion designer and businesswoman Carla Zampatti. A strange fireball seen across the sky in Western Australia yesterday was most likely a meteor and not Soviet-era space junk, according to experts. The confusion came about after Russia's space agency confirmed that one of its landers made an uncontrolled re-entry to Earth's atmospheres over the Indian Ocean on the weekend. Now, experts say the fireball was too large and travelling too quickly to be a spacecraft.